My name is SriVidya and I am here to narrate a story about many frogs and a snake to you now. In this very big jungle, there was a very beautiful lake. The lake was beautiful. It had all fresh water flowing and it had lotuses floating. On the banks of that lake, there were many frogs. Can we call it a city of frogs? Yes, that was a city of frogs. And the city of frogs had a frog king. But the king was very selfish and foolish. One day, there was a snake. It was old and it was very tired. It was passing by the lake. It saw these very healthy, happy frogs jumping around all over the banks of the lake. Then, the snake thought to itself, I am very old now. I have to devise a plan wherein I can eat all these frogs and stay happy, but it shouldn't take too much job for me. It should be very easy. It shouldn't strain itself, but have all the frogs. Then the snake thought, and then it devised a plan. Its plan was ready to be executed. Then, slowly the snake went nearer to the lake and lay down there very dull and inactive. These small frog babies come there jumping. They go around the snake, they go play around with it, they go disturb it a little. You know how kids are. We disturb, right? The frog babies also start disturbing the snake. But it was a surprise. The snake wasn't reacting. We know when we play around, we start disturbing people, what happens? Our parents come in. They start telling you. The same way, the bigger frogs come in to tell the baby frogs that the snake hurts frogs. Stay away from it. But it was a surprise for the parents too. The snake wasn't doing anything. Even the parents go nearby the snake slowly. To their surprise, the snake wasn't reacting. And when something strange happens, what happens? We start gossiping about it. Everybody starts talking about it year by year, person to person. Somehow this thing went to the king of the frogs. So the king of the frogs wanted to see it himself, how a snake was being so harmless. So the king of the frogs also went there to meet the snake. He went near the snake and spoke to the snake. Dear snake, why are you not harming us? What's wrong with you? Your nature is something very harmful and there's something unusual is happening. Why? Then the snake replies, Dear, I've become old. Yesterday, when I was chasing a frog, an old saint cursed me. He said I couldn't eat any frogs by myself. So, I'm not eating any frogs. And because I haven't eaten anything, I'm very dull. Then, the king thought to himself, it was a good opportunity for him because there was a snake which wasn't hurting anybody. He could make it his royal vehicle. The royal family members could sit on the snake and go around. It was a very privileged opportunity for the royal family. So, he put forth this plan to the snake. Then what happened? The snake agreed. It was a surprise for everybody. The snake went along with the royal family to their place. And every day, the king, the queen, the prince and the princess would go around on the snake because it was their vehicle. It was good, everybody was enjoying. It was a privilege for the snake, for the frog king, and it was a surprise. It was an amusement for all the citizens of the frog city. This went on. Then, as days passed by, the snake started moving slower. It became more dull. The king was worried because it was his vehicle. He had to go out on his vehicle. It became dull. Then he went to the snake and asked him, Dear snake, what is the reason for your dullness? Why are you not as happy as you were? Then the snake replied, King, I have stopped eating. I have no more energy left out. I need to eat something. Only then I can gain back my energy and make you people happy. Then the king was worried. So he asked the snake to give the plan how he could get him out of such a situation. Then the snake answers, I cannot eat a frog by myself. But if a frog comes to me saying it can be my food, if it offers itself as food to me, then I can eat it. Well, that was a good plan. And the king was happy too because the snake could become happy again, energetic again, and then he could ride it again. So the king went to his slave frogs and asked the slave frogs to go one a day to offer themselves as food to the snake. It was good. There were many slave frogs, so for many days, the snake was happy. Every day a frog used to come and become food, offer itself as food for the snake. It was all good, but all the snake frogs were dying. That was a little sorrowful, right? Next, what happened? All the slave frogs were done. The king was worried again. There were no other slave frogs left. So, his next option were the citizen frogs. He went and he forced, in fact, the citizens to come in as food to the snake. Why all this? Why is he doing all this? Because he was selfish. He was happy having a snake as his vehicle, right? It was obviously a privilege for him. So he was very happy, and his selfishness made him do this. He started forcing all the citizen frogs, to go and become food for the snake. It was very sad. The snake was becoming healthier, plump and strong day by day, but the number of the citizens was going low. But the king couldn't notice this because he was very happy. He was happy because his selfishness was being satisfied. He was being happy at the cost of his people. Then, by the time the king realized what was going on, the only frogs in the kingdom left out was the royal family. All the other frogs were dead. The snake ate up all the other frogs. But then it was too late that the king realized. Then what happened? The king went to the snake and asked him, "Please do spare us, don't eat me, leave me and my family." But was the snake so saintly to let the frogs go? No, it was a very cruel snake. Snakes are cruel, right? That is its nature. It had to eat its food. So it wasn't so saintly to let it go. It just ate up those frogs also. What do we know from the story? We shouldn't be selfish. Very good. We shouldn't be selfish. If you be selfish, your selfishness will eat you up at the end. And when something unusual comes to you, do not accept it without thinking about its consequences. We never know. Only think about anything that comes to you properly. Anything unusual should be thought about. Only then accept it. Thank you.